Okay, continue. We'll start off with that 25-34.
First reading, ordinance 2025-34. Ordinance amending ordinance 2023-46 adopted July 24th, 2023, and replacing section 1044.04C, section 1 of the codified ordinances of the city of Vermilion to establish new wastewater sewer rates and declaring an emergency.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'd like to second that.
Holmes?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Worley?
Yes.
Drew?
Yes.
Howe?
Yes.
Gabriel?
Yes.
Motion carried.
So then I have a motion to adopt.
Make a motion to adopt 2025-34 by emergency.
Second.
Any discussion? What?
So, I guess I'm torn with all this because you told us earlier that like we need to like take real consideration over this because it's going to put us in a bind and everything else. But we just, quick numbers, I mean, almost $400,000 in trucks that we could get by with. And that we didn't bat an eye at it. We threw them on there on a $2 million project that was presented to us. And I have faith in what you guys do. And Amy, I think your track record, what you did with the school and what you've done with the city has been commendable and respectable. But I don't understand how we can make purchases like this and off the cuff, no questions asked, the money's there. Yet when we're talking about the people of this town that make up this community, that eat here, live here, breathe here, they're struggling. And we're all struggling, I get that. But to caution us on this, and what I portray as frivolous spending on these trucks, I've been in the industry of construction and what these guys do. I respect the hell out of what they do, crawling in these ditches and down in these holes and everything else. But I'm telling you, people make a living every single day with the same older, used equipment, and we can do it too. I'm a firm believer in that. I can find you a tandem axle dump truck with an aluminum body tomorrow for under $50,000 that'll run the next 15 years. And if it doesn't, I'll kiss your ass and give you a half-hour draw crowd. Guaranteed. Because it happens all the time. And I respect you standing up for your guys and doing this and trying to get them the tools that they need or that they want to do this job. I don't want to sit in a plow truck all night long. I've done that too. It sucks. But to tell us to caution ourselves on giving relief to the people and still spend almost $450,000, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'd like to respond to that. The trucks are more of a finite fixed cost, a one-time type of a cost. We have so many unknowns with where that wastewater project is going to go, and the fact that we have ongoing expenses just to figure out what that's going to be. And my reluctance is based on, I want us to be able to do all the right things for the community. I don't want it to be a situation where it becomes almost like a boomerang effect, that we have to make a bigger increase in a year, and not that these prices are good or that I feel good about them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my concerns, that it's more of an unknown when you start modifying the rates and that type of thing, and then potentially an unknown of what are we going to do in January, that type of thing. I have concerns about us being able to meet that compliance, and that's the other part that isn't good for people either.
The issue before us is 34 right now, as I recall.
Yes.
Everything we are doing tonight, every night, serves the people in one way or another. I mean, whether it's salting their roads or fixing their broken water mains, or in this case, fixing a wastewater plant so they can flush their toilet. It's not like we're doing this for ourselves. And if you look at the dates of some of these things, we're looking at trucks that are 27 years old in a plant that hasn't been seriously readdressed since the Browns were in the playoffs in 1962. I mean, all of this has been kicked down the road, so to continue to kick it down the road does not help our people by any means. I mean, I'm sorry that it's all here, but we have a once in probably a generation overage in the general fund, thanks to some good financial management.
Sure.
And I say we use it to get at some of these things that have been postponed for a while. Everything here is for the people.
Well, the trucks haven't been postponed because we just bought a salt
I know,
truck.
well then we're talking about 34, right?
Yeah, I understand that. I'm using everything that we talked about tonight in regards to this, so I make a conscious decision based off what the finance director said earlier about cautioning us on this 34. My point to this is the money that we just put on the table for the trucks could pay the payment in July. So which way are we going to do it for the people is what I'm saying. Are we going to buy trucks to add to the fleet to salt 1 or 2 extra roads more an hour? Or are we going to put food on people's table? That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, we are, okay, do you want to take the calls then when people say, well, we didn't get our roads fixed or we didn't get our salt done? I mean, it all comes out of the same place. Everything ends up working for the people. Yeah, I know, there's only so much to go around. We can't be responsible for the fact that there's a school levy up there. We can't be responsible for the fact that property taxes went up. What we can be responsible for is salting their roads, fixing their roads, and fixing the wastewater plant. That is our job.
And I think we do a great job at that at this point. I truly believe that. But
unless I missed something, we didn't buy a salt truck tonight, right? So we only spent 200 some thousand of the 400. I just want to make sure the record speaks clear to what council has done tonight. We spent about a little under 200,000.
sure, half the payment in July.
Yeah. So, and I think as we further these discussions about the salt truck, it's probably going to be the splitting the baby there. If that passes in further discussions, but just want to be clear about what was spent tonight and what wasn't.
One thing I would like to say, you know, I have spent the last 7 years paying water bills for strangers, so I get it. I mean, I feel like I've got a pretty good connection with that, so I understand why you want to do this. The thing that scares me about it, and I'm for it, I really am. The only thing that frightens me is we're doing it without a concrete plan. That's the thing that really bothers me. And even if we vote this tonight, folks have to know that it's probably very temporary. We had a gun to our head when we did 2023 46, literally, 46, when we literally had $50,000 per occurrence. It wasn't per day, it was per occurrence during the day. If you put it 2 or 3 times during that day, you're going to wish you had money for a salt truck because they're going to take it from you. So that's the thing that frightens me about what we're talking about. I'm all for providing relief. I understand people are struggling. I've seen it with my own eyes. But folks have to know, even if this passes tonight, there's no guarantee of anything. We don't have a concrete plan. We have a plan we started with, then we've had conditions change, and now we're stuck with where we are in a bit of a limbo. I mean, there's options, but we don't have anything we can say for sure, here's what we're doing. So I don't want people to be disillusioned that this is just going to go away because we vote on this tonight. What we're doing tonight is to provide you with as much relief as we can afford to provide you with tonight. But these decisions are made by people that have a lot higher pay grade than anybody sitting behind this counter. And I don't want people to be disillusioned or disappointed if the wheels should turn and the gun comes right back to your head and you have to do it again.
I don't disagree, they're probably going to go back up. But if it gives somebody a little bit of cushion for 6 months till we can renegotiate something, I think it's worth doing.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, these rates were created with the thought that we need $76 million. And I think it's obvious that that's not the route we're going to go. So it doesn't feel right to continue to charge our residents a rate to accumulate $76 million. Until we find a real number, we should put a pause on it, and I think this is a small pause. You know, it's not as drastic as it could have been, as Councilman, or Council at Large, Howell first recommended. I think we're splitting the baby. I think it's a good start. I think he wanted to go back much greater cut.
Right.
So again, you know, we're going back to last year, and unless we do something, it's not going to go up next year. So I think it's a good start to kind of bring everything back together.
Well, to add to that point that Councilman Drew made, yes, gratefully, we found an option. And through some help, we petitioned to reduce that $76 million. But it's not going down to zero for sure. Maybe half that, let's say $50 million. You know how much we've collected from our overage so far?
$2 million.
$2 million. So to turn off the income for something that we know is going to cost at least 50, regardless what the plan says, we know we're in the hole for having postponed this for so many decades. We're going to have to come up with something. So whether it's a brief pause, longer pause, like I say, this boat is going to have holes in it if we don't keep at it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get too far into this, or else I'm going to start picking apart your other legacy projects from back then. But I do want to apologize for the last meeting. I am not infallible. I can be incorrect. I rarely speak up here, because I normally don't like to say things unless I know for certain. When I said that your contract with the township expired at the end of 25,
Right.
I was wrong. I take full blame for that. Shame on me, because I pulled up on my phone the last contract that the county sent me. So I'm not sure why they sent me a contract that was not correct, but I looked at it before I said anything, so I was wrong on that. But a lot of this, I'm not going to talk about, because I'm just going to call you out on all the other nonsense for your legacy projects. But I fully support rolling this back if need be. We always pull it up, and we love to pass things by emergency. We can raise it up again if you guys need to. But I'm going to vote yes on rolling this back.
Any other comments? We're going to just take a 2-minute recess while our council member takes a quick break and return to us within minutes. Much like a near choking incident shortly, a short while ago. They'll be right back. I watch this Tic Tacs. Yeah, lifesavers. That's home. That's all of the antithesis. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, I know. I believe that was one letter, so.
Choking should never leave the presence of others. First aid, it teaches you to go in the corner. Because they're embarrassed, you know, they don't.
We're going to go ahead and call this meeting back to order. And with that,
You want me to call the roll?
let's call the roll.
Worley?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Drew?
Yes.
Holmes?
Yes.
House?
Yes.
Gabriel?
Yes.
Motion carries.